Okay, that should work. So, like I said, this is going to be an open discussion, and I know there were a few things that were brought up in the group in the group page. I know Elena has addressed a lot of it, but she also has a lot of information to share tonight as well. Is there anything that anyone would like to start off with right away, or would you just like to hear kind of what we have and go from there? As far as questions or topics that you wanted to discuss. No? Well, for my part, I wanted to talk about, I know we hear the word consistency so much, like I feel like it's embedded in my head. If I hear it one more time, I might just blow. But the truth is that when we're not consistent, I have to tell you, this past several months, I have been so good at being consistent with just talking to people every day and inviting and adding people to my page. And last month, I had Success Club 16, like halfway through the month. The month before that, I had Success Club 20. And I've been hitting Success Club. Well, towards the middle of last month and this month, I have been struggling. And just my life has kind of, my schedule, everything has turned around that I stopped being consistent, and I am so seeing it. We are now midway through the month, and I've yet to have one Success Club. And I kept reminding myself of, especially today, I was like, that's where I've been lacking, is the consistency. I've just kind of, I had so much going on, you know, just in my personal life that I kind of got relaxed in that area. I wasn't posting as much information on my page, and I just stopped reaching out as much because I was really boggled down with my own personal life. And now I'm hurting. Now I'm seeing that because I relaxed so much in that area, now we're mid-month and I haven't helped anyone. No one. I haven't helped anyone. So now I'm committing myself to this weekend to come up with a plan, because my schedule has changed a lot with my family and my other areas that I have to take care of. So I'm recommitting, and this weekend I'm going to sit down with a plan and kind of come up with, I want to use very good posts on my page that are going to help people, and I want to write them out beforehand and kind of schedule that into my day so that I know on my like page, I can schedule them to post out. It's going to be kind of hard on my personal page unless I'm constantly on there posting. But I say that because I've noticed that it is very crucial that whenever we stop being consistent in what we're doing, it does hurt. It hurts us, and I'm not helping as many people as I wanted to this month. And the other thing is adding new people that I wanted to, it's so big. I know when I first started the first year, it was so frustrating because I felt that I was reaching out to the same people over and over again. And it was like, I would check my message, and you know how you go back to Facebook and see, have I talked to them, or have I talked to them about or whatever? And I'm like scrolling down and I'm like, holy crap, I'm like talking the same, like every month, talking the same thing. And I'm surprised I didn't get blocked from some of them, honestly. And it was because I wasn't adding people to my page. So prior to this kind of slow area that I've been in this month, I have been adding, there were days I added like 5 to 10 friends a day. And I was like just growing my personal page more than my like page. I've been growing. But and I slacked off in that area too. But that also broadens my audience. Like, not the exact same people are always seeing the same things over and over again and getting sick and tired of me. But I'm also adding new people to talk to, and kind of putting yourself out there. You know what I mean? Is that something that, is everyone adding new people to their friends list every day? Like, is that a part of, and if so, you can unmute yourself. And if so, how many, like, do you have a goal that you try to reach every day?
I have a question. Are you just going through like your Facebook suggestions and adding people?
I do.
Okay.
That's one of my big ones. Like, initially I started off going to like my husband's friends, and I added some friends from my husband's page that I kind of knew. Like, I had it prior to Beachbody. Like, I didn't want them on my page. To me, that was like, that's my husband's business. I don't want them on my page. But after Beachbody, I was like, oh, hey, I know you, you know. Make friends with them too. But that's where I started, was adding them from my husband's page. And then you only have so many friends on there that I can really add or that I want to add. And then I started from the suggestion. Every day I check that, because they kind of update like the suggestions of friends that you can add. And honestly, you know how they say that cold calls or them, I just add them. I know that Crystal has talked about building relationships. I also saw a video that Melanie, you can't, hold on. Is that, there's too much noise? Is that better? I also watched a video from, I believe it was Melanie Mitro, where she suggested the same thing. Is everybody aware or know who Melanie Mitro is in Beachbody? She's top nacho. But anyways, I went on YouTube and I watched some of her training videos, and she had mentioned that that's how she started. She added her friends from her husband's list, and then she just started adding people from the suggestion that Facebook gives you, and she would kind of add them, and she didn't initially start a conversation. Okay. She didn't initially start a conversation how Crystal does, and that's what works for Crystal. She would just kind of add them and have them kind of watch her in the background, and have them watch. It's whatever you feel comfortable with. I think whatever, what works for one is not going to always work for everyone. But Crystal's really big on just right off the bat, start introducing yourself, building that relationship. I still tend to be a little shy when it comes to that area. So I kind of allow them to watch my page and what I'm about and what I'm doing before I approach them. And that has worked for me in the past. I think that's less intimidating too for some when we're starting and not knowing what to say. That has worked for me, and I know that, hello, it's worked for Melanie. So does that answer your question? Anybody else?
Do you mind if I chime in?
No, go ahead.
Okay. One of the things that I do, I started, like you, I went through some of my family and friends pages, and I also friend requested. Some of them, depending on how well I knew them, I did do like Crystal, send a message and start doing a little bit of talking. I looked at their page first, learned a little bit about them, and see if they remembered me. And then there's other ones like you with Wanda that I'm just like a little intimidated, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm going to friend request them, and worst case scenario, they're going to send me a message saying, who are you? But
I've had that done. I'm like, oh, I don't know, maybe we know, maybe we go to the same church, and our church is big, so it's possible. And that has happened to me, where they're like, do I know you?
Yes, I actually got a few of those, because I started actually reconnecting with a lot of high school friends, which, like, before you, my page was private.
Mhm.
I am a very private person. I kept it very limited. And it actually took me 2 months of being a beach body to be like, I don't know if I can make my page public. I don't know if I want to do that. But then I'm like, if I want to grow my business, I need to make it public.
Right.
And I've had people say, do we really know each other? And I'm like, oh, I thought we went to high school together and blah, 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 blah. So you can kind of throw anything out there and it gets you in a conversation with them. And I've actually gotten customers from it. But another thing that I am really, really big on, and Crystal and I have been talking a lot about it, and it's something that I told her that I kind of wanted to teach the team and get you to kind of do this, is tagging people. When they purchase products from you, ask them. Do not be afraid. The worst you're going to get is a no. But when I sell somebody a 21-day fix, and I don't even like saying selling because I don't sell, but when they purchase a 21-day fix program from me, I ask them when they first get it, when you get the box, can you take a picture for me and tag me in it and tell everybody how excited you are to begin this program? And the same thing with Shakeology. My Shakeology groups, which are off the charts for me and building my business like crazy, I have them take pictures of, if I'm mailing it to them, of them receiving the packets and letting people know that they're starting it and tagging me. Same thing with the E&E that you see me post about in the group. The big thing about the tagging that has helped me is I'm reaching a tremendous amount of customers that I never would have reached in their friends group, who are commenting to those people like, oh, what is this? And how do I get it? And then, I'm friend requesting them, and I'm starting to get like major leads from these types of things. And all it's doing is reaching outside of my comfort zone and saying, hey, do you mind tagging me? And I've had no issues with it. And it's another way that works for me that's building my business, but it's also like an advertisement for you in a way. So it's a big way to build your business. So just don't be afraid to ask them. And most people really enjoy doing it for you. And especially if they love the product, they'll definitely, they're out there and they're posting. So that's just a little bit of my suggestions.
Yeah, I like that. I've done that with my challenge. Whenever my ladies get their challenge pack, I tell them to post it on their page and tag me. And I tell them that's like a sign of their new journey. Like they are announcing their new journey, and I make it exciting for them. Like they are standing their ground, and this is my welcome to the world. I'm on a new journey, and just tag me in the picture. And I've had great success with that as well. So I like that idea. Now going back to the I know I asked, is everyone making a point to adding people daily or every other day, or like I would like to go down and each and every one of you and see how many people a day do you try to add to your friends list?
My personal goal is 10 a day. When I first started, it felt a little overwhelming to me, so I would do like 2 or 3, and I built up to 10 a day. And as I'm building my business, I'm just making my goal bigger and bigger each month.
Yeah.
So that's just personally what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's good. Jessica. Oh, let me unmute you.
Okay. I have started adding friends, but I've just been doing it slowly. I definitely could improve in this area. I am kind of shy, so the idea of sending them messages scares me. But I think if I knew them well enough, maybe I would feel comfortable.
Jessica, do I look shy?
No.
I am so flippin' shy. You have no idea. I'm telling you, like, I have no nails. Like, the nerves. And but to me, it's also like a challenge, and it's almost like, okay, friend request. And then I will say this, because this is very important, because then Facebook will start. I've been in Facebook jail. This girl don't look like no. I've been in Facebook jail. But I will tell you this, what I do is when I friend request, I give people about 48 hours. People, come on, people get on Facebook before 48 hours. People get on every day. So I give them about 48 hours to respond to my requests. And I'm not sure if you are all aware that you can go back and look at the people that you send the request to and unfriend them, like cancel the request so it doesn't affect you if they deny you. Were you aware of that?
No.
This girl got skills after she got locked up a few times. So I can post it in the team page on how to do that so that you're not, so they don't call the Facebook popos on you and get you locked up. It has helped me. After I started doing that, I give them 48 hours and I'm like, all right, if they didn't accept me by now, I don't want them to deny me. Because then if you get, after so many denies, then Facebook is like, oh, you're trying to, add people you don't know. So they legit call it Facebook jail. But so I'll post that on the team so that everyone knows how to do that.
Okay.
And Zulema, I saw you said you do two or three a day. Okay. Sam.
For a while there, I was only doing like 1 or 2 a day. The last couple days, I started doing like 5 to 7, and now I'm definitely going to start reaching out more because I know I can.
Yeah. And I mean, even if like your intimidation is because you don't want to start that initial conversation, I just request them and have them watch you. You know what I mean? Have them watch what you're doing and your progress and your journey, and give them some time to kind of warm up to what you're doing, and then you can start the communication down the line. That's what I do. I've done it both ways.
If I know them, like if I haven't talked to them in a couple of years, but I knew them from like high school or something, or they post pictures of their kids, like I'll friend request them and then I'll send them a message and be like, oh, so and so's getting big or something, something like that. But if I don't really know them or haven't talked to them in a really long time, I let them kind of just watch and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and see, at least you're growing. What the heck? Somebody raised their hand.
That's me.
That is so funny. But at least you're growing your network by just adding them. You know what I mean? I wanted to answer Candy. I was answering you. Candy.
Turns out we both like something a little story.
Candy?
Oh, I forgot to unmute myself.
They will block you then. Then you won't be allowed to have any friend requests. I think they start off like a 3-day jail sentence. So for like 3 days, you won't be allowed to send any friend requests. And sometimes they will block any messaging communication. So not only will you not be able to send friend requests, you won't be able to message people on your Facebook Messenger. And then your second offense is like a 7-day. I'm talking from experience here. I think the worst was like a 14-day jail sentence for me, and I was like, oh, how am I going to talk to people? That was the worst. And then I learned from that how to cancel them out so it doesn't affect me anymore. Does that answer your question?
It does. Thank you.
Okay. And Jessica, in your hand. What are you doing with your hand, Jessica?
When you get somebody who comments on, say, a post, are you writing them a personal message, or do you write on the post? And then also, what do you do with when somebody likes your picture or your post? Are you sending them a personal message?
I do. Here's the thing. If it's a post that I want to continuously be, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. If it's a post that I want to continue, she's gone. Oh, and she's back.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I'm here.
Okay, if it's a post that I want to continuously hit the top of the news feed so that other people can see it,
Okay.
if somebody comments, I will like their comment. And then I will wait, because if I like and comment right back, how should I say? I like to like the comment first, and then I'll wait maybe half an hour later and I'll respond to their comment, because then it's continuously making my post active on the news feed. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
when I hit that like, it's bringing my post back up to newsfeed, and then I can inbox them or whatever, and then I'll private message them, and then maybe 30 minutes later, if they haven't responded or whatever, I'll go back to my post and I'll highlight their name to tag them on my post and say, hey, so-and-so, I private message you, get back to me when you can. And it'll bump my thing back up to the newsfeed again.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah.
What was the other thing I wanted to mention? Did I answer everyone's question so far as the friend requesting and my husband is talking to me in Spanish. He's interrupting me. My brain can only speak one language at a time. Like, wait, what? I'm hearing his little voice talking to me in Spanish, and my brain is trying to talk English. This chick, if I speak Spanglish half the time, you'll know why. But okay, so then I think that was it. It's just adding people, being consistent. Truly, it really does work. As much as I'm so over that word, it really is the truth. Because I've seen it, it's hurting my business this month. I have no one on the board. And I will post, I'm gonna make a note to myself so that I can post how to cancel out the friend request after 24 to 48 hours, whatever you choose. And I know Elena had some things she wanted to go over.
Yes. Since Crystal's been gone, I've been having a lot of the new coaches reach out to me and talk to me and ask for advice through personal messaging and stuff like that, and I've been helping them along the way. And a lot of them are kind of stuck and struggling with how to respond to posts. If somebody likes their post, how do they go about doing it, and that type of thing. And what I've been referring them to is a document that I have in a file section. So how many of you, I want to know, actually go into the file section and have looked through the file sections to see the documents that are in there? So if you have done that, can you raise your hand for me? Okay. In that section, there is a lot of different documents that are going to help you out. There's documents on Shakeology and millions of different things that Crystal, Lauren, Wanda, and I and others have created and put in there to help others. One of the things that I created to help everybody else out is something called breadcrumbing your customers. Because what you want to do with your customers, you don't want to jump right on them and you don't want to try to sell them. You want to go in and you want to talk to them. You want to get to know them. You want to know what their goals are, if they're currently following a nutrition plan, if they're currently, working out. Do they have any, limits? Do they have any allergies? Things along those ways. But in the file section, I've been referring a lot of the girls, and I say girls because I haven't talked to any of the guys besides David. Or should I say Clark Kent?
That was Gordon Shumway today.
But there's a document in there that where I try to walk you step by step. And this is something that I created for myself, because in the beginning I was overwhelmed and I'm like, what do I say to people? What do I do? How do I do this? I don't want to do that. But that document is going to kind of take you step by step, and it's going to start off with helping you ask some questions, like I just kind of said. So if you get a chance, just go in there. I've told people, save it to your desktop, print it out. I put mine, and I keep it in the very front of my binder. I got these clear things here. I keep it in front of me. Most of it I know by heart by now, but a lot in the beginning I just followed the script. And another thing that I do is a lot of people tend to want to strictly talk to people on Facebook and not take that extra step to make a phone call. Some people you will notice you won't hear back from them. Other ones will respond right away. So a lot of times, depending on how my conversation's going, I will step out and I will talk to them on the phone. Reason being is because it's more personal. You're reaching out to them and they feel like you're making that extra step. And I'm not just hiding behind Facebook, and I'm not hiding behind Instant Messenger. And yes, I am an outgoing person, but I do tend to have my shy, uncomfortable moments as well. So that I definitely wanted to recommend to a lot of people, that if you're struggling with how to respond to people, that document is in there, and to please go ahead and take a look at it. I hear a lot of background noise. Okay. The other thing that I wanted to talk to people about, when I first started my business, I was working 40 plus hours a week. I had a 45-minute drive to and from work. And I started Beachbody in July, and I felt very overwhelmed. And I was kind of struggling on how am I going to handle this with my job. My job was a very stressful job. And I kind of talked to Crystal, and I was like, Crystal, you know, I love this business. I want to keep doing this business, but I am struggling and I feel overwhelmed with the hours that I'm working. Like Monday through Wednesday, I was gone from 8 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock at night. And I'm like, I need to fit in my exercise. So she's like, you know, girl, you got to plan a schedule. You have to schedule things out. What's going to work best for you? And that's where she posted a video about a power hour. And that is what is at the top of our group up there, is that power hour. So I've also had a lot of people struggling about how to handle the business and, you know, what do I do? And I'm going to tell you, when I was working 40 plus hours a week, what I figured out to do is my shake was always my breakfast, and I drank it on my 45-minute drive to work. I took my morning ride to be my God time, my spiritual time. And I would listen to a podcast of Joel Osteen, Joyce Myers, or whoever you are inspired by. So this way I was getting that in. Mondays on the way home from work, I would listen to the national call. And of course, I'm driving, so I can't take notes. And sometimes listening to the national call, it's really hard to be able to take those notes as you're listening, because you can't pause and you can't rewind to jot that down. So what I would do is, I actually have a binder called National Calls. I would go into the back office and I would print those out, the calls that I felt had something important to me or that I wanted to add to my business, and I would highlight those. And this way I could follow up at home and add those certain things to my business. And plus I could always go back and look at it. And then besides Mondays on my way home, the rest of the week, I would listen to podcasts like Charlene Johnson, Sean T. And I have a ton of them in there. Sure.
I'm sorry for interrupting you. I just wanted to clarify, when you say that you print out the National Wake Up Calls, there's actual transcripts.
Yes.
The actual transcript?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Did you print out the actual transcripts from the call?
Yes, what I do is I actually go in and I save them to my desktop, and I keep them all in my folder on my desktop too as well.
But you don't necessarily have to hear them. Like if you missed something when you were hearing it, the actual transcript was there, and that's what you highlighted or whatever you needed from that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because a lot of times on the way home from work, there was just like, oh God, I wish I could write this down. I wanted to be taking notes, but I'm driving, so I couldn't do it. So I went into
know that you can do that.
Huh?
I wanted to know if everyone knew you could do that. I don't think a lot of people know that you can actually print out the transcripts.
I had no idea. I knew you could go in and see the previous calls and then like find the phone number and the ID code when we listen to them. I had no idea you could print out. That is awesome.
That is a really good tool, Elena. I'm glad you brought that up because I knew it was available. I haven't done it myself, but I really like that idea.
I actually didn't even know about it. I figured it out on my own because I went in and I did research. I'm a very independent person, kind of a researcher, so I'm really good at kind of figuring things out and trying different things.
Oh, wait! Dr. Brett! What the heck are you doing there?
Who is that?
Hi guys.
Hi.
How do I see everybody? Can I see more than one person? I think.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Right now. What are you doing?
Look how cute they look.
Anyways, we'll pretend they're not there. They're just
Okay, we're gonna pretend they're not there. But again, like I was talking, like I didn't know that either, so I kind of went in and I figured that out. So I do have that binder where I just highlight the things that are important to me and that I kind of want to add to my business or might want to refer to at a later time. And then again, on my way home from work, I would listen to a podcast to get my personal development in because my life was very busy. And then those late nights, I did my workouts when I got home. It might have been 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, but that's what I had to do. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, you just kind of make a schedule for yourself and figure it out. But the number one thing that you want to make sure that you're doing is following that power hour at the top of our team page. That power hour is going to help your business tremendously. If you stick to it and you follow it, you're good. I have the power hour, and then I also have myself, it's called Daily Activities List. And I will list everything that I need to do. And then I have a check off about going into my back office, about Facebook and those type of things. Now, they're back.
We have really pressed.
Before I jump on to my next subject.
Can you guys see us?
Yes, we can.
I see Wanda.
Can you not see us?
What's up, Wanda?
Before I jumped on to the next brief thing that I want to talk about, I wanted to know if anybody had any questions about anything that I just talked about.
Is everyone using the power hour that Elena mentioned? I see some heads shaking. Don Juan over here in the corner is like, nope.
I know there was a really great video that Crystal posted a while back about the power hour. I will go in and I will repost that video so you can kind of watch it and get an idea about the power hour besides it just being up top. So this way it kind of helps because Crystal put that out there to help a lot of us with our crazy schedules.
Yeah.
Where do we find these transcripts that we can print out?
What I will do is, because off the top of my head, I don't know it like just to give it to you like this. So what I will do is I will go into the back office like I normally do. I'll jot it down and I'll post it in our team page. But it's definitely a great tool to have to refer back to and to highlight the things that interest you.
Okay, perfect. Thanks.
Christine, do you know how to get the videos from your back office? Or not the videos, I'm sorry, the calls, the recording.
The calls, yes.
It is actually right in the same area. It tells you either click for the call and then there's like a highlighted area where it says transcript. And download that up into your computer.
There you go.
If you know how to get to the calls, the transcript is right there along with it.
Okay, perfect.
Is it also available on mobile?
I think so.
I'm not sure.
If you have Google Docs on your mobile, you're able to download into Google Docs.
Okay.
Like I have a Galaxy, and I do it all the time.
I'll give it a try, then I'll let you guys know.
Yeah, let us know. The other thing I wanted to quick touch on, and it was another thing when I began my business. I tried having a personal page. I tried doing Instagram, and I was extremely overwhelmed. I tended to take down my not my personal page. I'm sorry. My like page. It's still there, but I unpublished it because it became a little bit too much for me. And I have yet to go back and start it. And for me, just right now, I am doing so well on my personal page that I still have that one on hold. However, Instagram was one that I was posting on occasionally. Again, that was another thing. I felt overwhelmed with trying to do all these different things, so I didn't make it a priority. Lately, as I've been structuring myself in my business, and I do the power hour, I started to post on Instagram. And honestly, I'm going to tell you how I felt in the beginning. I thought it was going to be a waste of my time because as I was posting a few things, I wasn't really getting much. I was getting likes, and I was just like, you know what? I'm not even really going to bother. So I took some time away from Instagram. And recently, I just started to make sure that I post something every day. And I like I said, I just had to share because now that I'm starting to get in there and post a little something every day, I'm actually starting to get some clients from it. So as you are starting to get more comfortable with your business and feeling less overwhelmed, start to add those other things into your business to help to begin to build it. But if you are overwhelmed, it is okay to focus on your personal page for a while and then add that next thing, add that like page, add Instagram. Don't try to do it all at once if it's too much for you. As you're building your business, you'll be able to do that and find ways to make it all fit.
Alana, I have a question. When you were talking about the documents in file, is that on our Team Epic page or on the Beachbody coach page?
On our Team Epic page at the very top, there's a file section. You just click on that file section, and you're going to see all the documents from Kristen, Lauren, me, Wanda, and many other people that have created docs to help with certain things.
Okay.
I have a question for Alana.
Yeah.
I was wondering, when you post on Instagram, what kind of stuff do you put on there, and what do you say to people?
What I do is I make sure that I post something like personal, like about me. I'll do a first post, I'll be like about the beautiful weather and getting outside enjoying it, and I take a picture of me. And then the main thing I can tell you about Instagram that's the most important is to have as many hashtags as you can have. The more hashtags you have, the more people it reaches. The more people start to follow you, the more people start to comment on your Instagram page, the more people start to like it. So those would be that would be the first thing I would do. And then a little later in the day, I will do a Beachbody post. I will post about my shake, just something simple about, oh my God, my Shakeology is just so delicious today. I tried this recipe. If you're interested in this recipe, comment below. And then recently, I guess I started posting a little bit more about my transformations from my 21-day fix. And that has been getting me a lot of people but I've been telling them to drop their email below. And then I'm following up with them through email. And then I'm getting their Facebook information and then friend requesting them and then going through those steps. So you want to keep it just kind of like Facebook. You want to do some personal and you want to do some business. Because if you keep it all business, it's going to kind of push people away.
Okay.
Yeah, and on Instagram, I think you have a maximum of 30 hashtags that you can use.
Yeah.
It won't allow you anything over 30.
Any more questions? plan out my posts pretty much every day for the most part. Not every day, because I want some of my posts to be, I'm responding to Zaluma.
Yeah.
I want some of my posts to be kind of on a whim. I don't want everything planned, everything like put out there. Then it just seems to me too much of not who I am. I do plan out certain posts throughout the day. In the beginning, a lot of times I try to do an inspirational post. In the afternoon, I try to post maybe something personal that I'm doing, or something about personal development. And I try to play around right now. I'm still playing around with my business stuff when we're posting it, which times work best, because sometimes the afternoon works really best, and sometimes in the evening it works really best. So I kind of just play around, and you don't want to consistently keep your business posts like all in the evening or all during the day, because everybody's schedule is different. You have people working first shift, second shift, third shift. You have stay-at-home moms. You have all kinds of people out there. So you kind of want to rotate what you're putting out there. But I do try to plan on a daily basis my morning posts every day the night before, and have an idea of what I'm doing the next day. But like I said, there's also some that I try to just keep it on a whim, because my life besides here is, I have a very crazy, busy life. And sometimes I just kind of want to add that craziness into it so that people know, that my life is real and I'm not perfect. Bless you.
Thank you.
Is there any other topics or any other questions that you guys wanted to talk about tonight?
I got a question. On the 3-day sneak peek page, it doesn't seem like many people are engaging in that. Like, what could you do to get them to interact more with the posts that you're putting up?
That I'm really not sure, because this is my first time like running it.
Are you tagging them?
Yes, they actually are tagging their people, which is why I kind of put that post in our group today, to make sure that if you're their coach, besides being in that page, reach out to them. Make sure they're watching those videos. See if they have any questions, and tell them to post on the page. But I kind of noticed that too, which is why I put that out there. Sometimes you're going to have a lot of people respond to stuff, and other times you're not going to have people. Some people are just very quiet, sit back, listen, and watch, and you won't hear anything until the end for some questions.
Hey, Gordon, for
Yeah.
That sounds weird. But maybe private messaging them and just saying, hey, I tagged you on whatever post. I just want to make sure that you have your notifications set to on for the 3-day sneak peek. Kind of like just following up to make sure that they are getting the notifications to the group.
Right, which is exactly why I kind of posted that in the group today. Another thing that you might want to suggest to them, at the very top of the page on the right-hand side where those 3 dots are, they can add, if they click on that, they can add it to their favorites. So it's right at the very top, and then they don't have to search for it every day, but you still want to be tagging your people. But that's kind of why I put that post out there, because I was trying to tell you guys, reach out to your people, not on the sneak peek page, but reach out to them, follow up with them. And actually, I think it's you that had that, the one girl who responded, it looks like it's going to be a coach.
Yeah.
You definitely got one. Just make sure. That's another thing that I put out on the page, and I'm noticing with people, is make sure the people that you have in this group have a free account underneath you. So when they sign up, or if they purchase something from you, it goes directly to you. Because if they are not signed up for a free account with you and they go in and they're all excited and they sign up as a coach, or they sign with Beachbody, or they purchase something, they're going to get a random coach. You could fix that, but it makes it just a little bit more complicated. But please make sure that you are making sure that people are signed up for their free Beachbody accounts. Is there any other topics that people have?
Tara, you're so quiet today. I can't take it. It's been good. Volunteer for our prayer tonight.
What was that?
Some of them, Crystal and Lauren down there.
I know, they got us on a tour.
Tiny Mo.
Oh! I don't even.
I know, it's kind of distracting. It's kind of like you want to talk, but we're trying to watch them too. It's just like, oh, I want to be there.
It's like a bit freezing.
How many of you are going to make sure that you're on that success trip next year? I want you to raise your hand.
We're looking for an alligator.
I am there.
I want you all to say that I am committed to being on that trip next year.
I am there.
I'm committed.
Everybody on this call better be on this trip next year.
Heck yeah! You can't have it all the time.
Hold on, guys.
I don't know what that is.
Oh wait, that.
Your cell phone might not
That's what they said.
Oh no.
We're about to mute them.
I know, it's kind of like distracting and you can hear all kinds of stuff.
They're just getting me depressed.
They should be, wait. They shouldn't be getting you depressed. They should be inspiring you to reach your goal for next year.
I wish I was there. They need to post some pictures of the beach.
Very much.
Oh, they just left us.
Oh.
So is there anything that anybody is stuck on, needs advice on, is confused on? Anything along those lines?
No. Actually, yes, I do have a question. Just to kind of see, Alana, what you would do about this. I have 4 people who are ready to go with the Shakeology group. The 6 Shakeology group, they already have their samples. They should have them tomorrow, actually. One of them, I had originally said we were going to start on the 27th. One of them wants to stick to that date. The other 3 are so excited. They want to get started early.
I actually have had an issue with that before, and I changed the date of the group for that particular person, and it caused a lot of issues. So I try to keep it to the date that I promised and set up. However, but they all have their samples right now, right?
They'll have them tomorrow. I sent them all out at the same time. They're all supposed to get them tomorrow. Now, I do have probably 3 others who said they were going to purchase them. We haven't gotten back with each other to work out the final details about it. So I could technically do 2 groups, one this week and one next week. I have enough samples. I have enough everything.
Okay, then what I would do if I were you, I would do the 2 different groups. The only thing is you want to make sure that they are purchasing that 6-day pack.
Oh,
because
yeah.
you don't want to go ahead and create that second group and then only have one person in that group. Now, I have done a 6-day group with one person in it, and it was totally fine. She had a lot of fun, but the more people that are in the group, which like I usually do a max of 4 or 5, I don't do anything more than that because I want to keep it personal and intimate. The more people, the more response you get. They tend to interact with each other a little bit more. They get excited by seeing their shakes posted and things along those lines. When it's one person, sometimes you can kind of lose them halfway through. So I don't want to see you have a group with 3 people and then one with just one person.
Yeah.
The next time, and then you're kind of stuck because there's other people who said they were going to order, didn't order.
Yeah. I'll check back with the ones who were gonna order and make sure that I get a payment from them before I make a final decision. I'll make a decision tomorrow night.
Okay. And after tonight, if you have any questions, just message me.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. There's some messages below here. Wanda, there's a message for you from Zuluma. A question.
Yeah. I want to unmute. Zulema.
What's up? Whoa.
Wait, what was your question?
Okay, but basically what my question is it really mandatory for us to have a like page? Because I'm noticing that I have one, but they don't really don't get noticed by other people. I guess they get lost in the mix.
It's not mandatory at all. At all. As a matter of fact, Hanan, where did she go? Hanan left. Hanan is my coach, and we had talked before about that. She had the same question about creating a like page. And I recommended that she just work right now, especially since she's just starting, to work off of your personal page and try to build off of that. And like Gordon says, I can't say that with a straight face. He tags his like page to his personal page so that it gets more views. I don't know if you knew you could do that, but you have to do that from. If you go in from your personal page and click on your like page, and whatever post you have, a picture or whatever, you tag yourself, and it'll show up on both pages.
Yeah, again, like I was saying, I had one for a little bit. It's unpublished. It's still there if I ever want to do it. But still, it's a little over 8 months later, and I have no desire to have a personal page yet. I mean, a like page, because I'm doing so well for my personal page. And right now, my focus is my personal page, and that's where I'm really building my business from, is my personal page. And like I said, I'm starting to do it through Instagram. They're the 2 things that I'm focusing on. There are people who have like pages, and it brings them great business. Like, you know, Lauren has a personal page, and it brings her in customers. It's really all on how you feel, but there's no pressure to have a like page. And like I said, I don't know if or when I will start my like page up again.
You know, I'm the complete opposite. I had a like page before I was a coach. I had a like page for a weight loss journey before I was ever a coach. So I had a lot of likes on there before I ever started. And my personal page, I feel, is not as strong because I only went to high school. My graduating class had 5 people in it. One of them is on Facebook. That's it. The rest of my high school had like 75 people in it. So to go back and contact all those people, I don't have a huge group that I can go, hey, I think I was in high school with you, but I'm not really sure, because you either knew or you didn't know. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So I do a lot. I would say all of it from my like page.
So pretty much I would say it's up to you, what you want to do. It doesn't hurt to create a like page and see how it goes for a few months. But one thing you do have to remember with a like page is it takes time to build that page. You are not instantly going to get 1,000 followers. And there are going to be times where you're going to have to boost that page and or post on that page and pay for it. But I see a lot of people with the like pages get a little discouraged and about that. But over time, you will get a lot of followers. It just takes time. You kind of got to learn how to, post on that page and boost it. So just like I said, me personally, it's just not something that I want to do right now. But hey, just you don't have to go by what I'm saying. It's just what's right for my business right now. You do what's right for your business.
Because I have one right now, and my issue is I'm trying to figure out how to separate what I post on there from my personal to my like page, because I generally post fitness stuff on my personal, but then what about my like page? I don't want to be repetitive, so that's why I kind of leave the like page alone.
Personally, for me, my personal page is 90% family, 10% fitness. My like page is 90% fitness, 10% family. I do include pictures of my family, pictures of my kids, pictures of what we're doing that weekend. I have learned from everything that Crystal's been through lately to watermark all of my pictures if I'm going to post anything about my kids on my like page. But I personally, for me, that's how it is. That's how I divide it up to kind of get a little mix of it in there. And then that's where with Lauren was talking about with creating your niche, that's what then I post on my like page. I like gardening. I have a garden in the backyard. So I'll post, these are how my tomatoes are coming along. Can't wait to make healthy recipes with them, or just different things like that go with my niche. I have an app on my phone. It's I have an iPhone. It's called iWatermark.
Ooh, yay! Because I was wondering that too. You have to pay. You have to pay for it.
I think so. I don't remember, but I think I did. And then you can create your own watermarks on that.
Well, they're usually what, like $1.99 or 99 cents.
Yeah,
they're not outrageous.
No, it wasn't much.
Is it like a one-time $1.99 fee, or is it or is it a monthly fee?
No, it was a one-time. It was a one-time fee.
Okay.
The other option to watermark them is if you have any of the photo apps that let you do collages, they'll usually let you put text across them. So you can write a text box across to make it a light color, so it doesn't really pop out. But that's it. I mean, all those apps are free if you're worried about that.
Yeah, well, that's true. I know I have 2 apps on my phone that I use, and on my computer I use PicMonkey, and I don't pay for it. I just use all the free stuff, and I make some amazing collages from that. So if any of you want to make some really good collages for free, and you can upgrade if you want to, because they will have some other nice stuff, but I make a lot of amazing collages just from my computer for free.
And I downloaded Picasa, and you can create different folders in there. You can save things, like if you want to make a Shakeology collage, you can create it on there and save it to your folder, and then easily access it at a later date too. I don't know about PicMonkey because I know that's online, so I don't know. Can you save stuff to that?
Oh yeah, I save it to my desktop, and I have a Beachbody folder because the only thing I use it for really is Beachbody. Occasionally I'll use it for personal pictures, but then I have a different folder for that. But yeah, you save everything to your desktop. Ariane, can you post those 2 apps in the page so other people who are not on the call, and you never know if they're going to re-listen to the call or not, know about that?
Sure.
Zaluma, are you there, hon?
Yes, ma'am.
Is your personal page and your like page overwhelming for you right now?
It's more in the sense of I don't want to repeat things over and over on the same page.
Okay. I just wanted to see if it was overwhelming, because I was going to say if it's becoming overwhelming for you, you can kind of take a break from it and unpublish it and figure things out and then go back to it if you need to.
Yeah, because almost everybody on my personal is on my like. So it's like they're seeing duplicates. So it's kind of bad for them.
Yeah. I would just do 2 completely different posts then. Like I would do 2 different workout posts like on each page. I would do whatever program you're doing on. Maybe you could do on your personal page, you could do like a snack, and then maybe on your like page, you can do the fitness. You kind of want to rotate things from those 2 pages. When I was running them, that's, you know, kind of what I was doing.
Alrighty. Good stuff. Thank you.
For the PhotoGrid, I use PhotoGrid. I have the Galaxy S6. So I use the I think it's called PhotoGrid. Yeah, it's called PhotoGrid, and I use that for my pic collage. I have, yeah. And I also have Video Stitch. I really like using Video Stitch when I'm posting my workouts, because with Video Stitch, you can post videos as well as pictures and make a collage from it.
Found out that the best way to handle that was to smoke cigars. Smoke kind of killed the odor.
And also you could use for your videos as well. And I'm going to tell you, I'm still learning for the pick play post, because sometimes my videos, I can get it perfectly to how I want it, and then other times it's a pain to try to get it to set to cut off when I first start, and you know, the end thing, and get it perfect, and save it. I email it to myself, save it to my desktop, but then occasionally sometimes I'll upload the wrong one. Which I did on one post, and I was just like, oh wow, they got to see me starting it and stopping it. What's the big deal? I'm human.
Did everyone know that the more videos get more views on your newsfeed than pictures?
Yes, they definitely do.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I have found that out the hard way. I'll post a picture and like 2 people see it over 48 hours, but a video, 200,000 people will see it. It's ridiculous.
How many of you actually create and post videos on your pages?
I'm getting more doing it.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to tell you before I talk to Crystal, and like I said, I'm not really a shy person. I do have those moments. I'm a very outgoing person. I did not want to do videos. The first video I did was where I opened up to you guys in our 2-week power push, and that was really hard for me. From there, it was just like, oh, you know what? This really isn't that bad. This is kind of easy. And sometimes you will have to do your video 5 or 6 different times, because you'll be in it and you'll be doing good, and then all of a sudden your mind goes blank, or the word comes out wrong, and you have to stop, and I'm like, oh God, I gotta start over again. But just give it a try. Do a quick little video. I started off with some mini ones before I started talking. I would do like a 24-second video of me doing a pose of Payo. And then I would do a little bit longer, and then a little bit longer, and then I finally got the courage to do one where I talked about the Payo program. So start to step out of your comfort zones a little bit and try doing a little bit of the videos. That'll definitely help your business as well. I definitely get more responses to those.
Another thing you could do also, if you're just getting started with the videos and you're really nervous about it, don't put your face in it. Just like make up a recipe of some sort, or get a recipe that you want to show, and just show the food on the counter and show how you're putting it all together to make something, and just say, hey, this is, you know, Erin from Healthy Living with Erin, or whatever your page is, or you say your name in it, and then slowly work into putting your face on the video too. That'll at least get your voice out there and get people looking at your videos.
It's a great idea. There's about 9 different messages down there, but I don't know if we've seen them all.
I think we did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay, I know it's getting late, so
yes,
I want to start wrapping it up if nobody has anything else. Are we all good?
I think so.
Great call. I learned a lot today. Thank you.
Good.
Suspected serial killer Wanda Alana makes headline.
Elena, did you want to pray?
Do I want to pray? I'm not used to doing it on a whim, but I will do my best.
Awesome.
You guys ready? You
Yes.
guys ready?
Yes.
Okay. Heavenly Father, I want to thank you for bringing us all together, for having such a loving and supporting team to help and guide each other. I want to thank you for just, like I said, I'm not usually good doing this on the whim, for each and every person on this team. I want to thank you for the amazing leaders that we have with Crystal and Lauren. I want to thank you for allowing me to have the courage to help lead the team, and thank Wanda for pulling together a call and working together and showing that we can work together as a team. I want to say thank you for guiding us in our business and in our personal lives and bringing the people into our lives to help change and grow them. So Heavenly Father, thank you for everything. Amen.
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 Thank you.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks.
Bye.
Right.
Bye.